guys, it's Jade DeMoss with the CastleGuard Starter Puppy Program, and today we are doing an overview of the hand signals that are used in conjunction with the vocal commands when it comes to your puppy's obedience training and training practice. The purpose of this video is to clarify what those hand signals look like so there's no confusion between training and training practice at home, as well as give a brief explanation on the importance of the hand signals and why I utilize them the way that I do. When explaining these hand signals, I'm going to go through each one in the order that I use them when I'm doing their obedience practice here. And that way you guys can kind of follow my lead as far as when to do which command. And that way it kind of presents a very fluid and easy to follow motion for both you and puppy. The first thing I would like to get into is the hand signals are actually a guided reinforcement of the voice commands, which seems like, yes, duh. But what I'm actually saying is that you are directly leading them in the direction that you want them to go. This is critical as puppies because they're still maturing and they just need that little bit of extra, oh, this is what I'm doing. So you're going to physically move them in the direction that you would like them to go just with the motions of your hands. And so when utilizing these, I would like you to make sure that your hands are within close proximity to their face as puppies, and either that or directly in their line of sight. You're going to use your hands to guide their head up, down, over, whichever way you would like them to go. So make sure they can clearly see you and clearly see your hands. So the first one that we're going to go over, which is probably the most important, is the focus command, and that is watch me. And what you're going to do is you're going to start here, again in their line of sight, and you're going to bring your hand up to your chin and tap, watch me. And what that does is when you're at home, when you're starting your practice, the very first thing they have to do is pay attention to you. That immediately eliminates all of their surroundings. You might have to use it a couple of times with young distracted puppies, but it eliminates their surroundings and it brings their focus directly to you and only you. So you're going to use watch me. This is also a really important tool for public socialization, because if anything goes on where they are distracted, if they start acting in negative behaviors that are escalating, you immediately bring them back to that, nope, watch me, nothing else matters, okay? The second one we'll get into is your heel command. And what you're going to do is your leash is in your left hand. Your puppy is trained to do his obedience on the left side. You can switch if you like, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to use my left. So your leash is in your left hand. You're going to switch hands to your right hand, and you're going to tap your left thigh. And what that does is that brings your puppy's head right here. He is not to be ahead of you. He is not to be behind you. His head is directly in line with your step. This is where you have optimal control of your dog. Whether you have a choke chain on, and that collar is cinched up to where that ring is right behind his ear, and you can provide a little bit of a pinch if he starts to get behind or ahead. Or you have a martingale, which has the same amount of control. It just grabs the whole neck and it pulls it right here. So this is where you have the most control of your dog, and you're going to say heel. Switch hands back to where you're on the leash side, and you're going to begin to walk. The next one we'll do is sit, and I require the puppies to sit directly in front of me when they sit. The reason for that, again, is you have optimal control. Their focus is on you. When they sit directly in front of you, they have to look up at you. And in order to look or go anywhere else, they have to go around you. So you're going to tell them to sit with a closed fist above their head, and they will follow your fist up into a sit. It's the most comfortable thing to do while paying attention to you. The next one is stay. And again, your puppy is in a sitting position or a laying down position directly in front of you. And you're going to tell them to stay. Stop sign in front of their face. You take 3 to 5 steps back. They have to stay in that stay position for a minimum of 3 seconds. And then once they have completed that command, you're going to tell them to come. Opposite of your leash hand, tap your right thigh and tell them to come. When they have completed their come, they should automatically be moving into a sit, and you're going to tell them to sit again. Anytime you stop, anytime you are not moving, they're required to sit. That keeps this sit command as more of a fluid thing, and it again reinforces your control of your dog. So then you're going to sit, you're going to heel again, take a walk, sit, and then the final one is down, and you're going to right in front of their nose. I like to have them do their down either directly in front of me or laying lengthwise in front of me. And I'll bring them all the way and tap the ground. Start right here where their face is. They've already sat because you stopped, and you bring them to the ground. Then, when they reach that down position, again, you're going to do a stay for a hold of 3 seconds. Down stay is you brought them to the ground, and then you're going to bring your hand out. Down stay. And then again, guide them back up to a sit. So that is the entirety of the obedience commands and their hand signals. You may switch it up. It doesn't have to be this rigid routine. This is just kind of the way that I found that it flows the most comfortably. And all of the motions that you're using, they blend very nicely together. So you're already sitting, and then you're going to stay. You're already down, and you're going to down stay directly in front of their face. And then since you're in a down stay, you're going to come back up. So it's a very fluid routine that I've created. You're welcome to use that, and you're welcome to switch it up as much as you'd like to. The major thing and the most important thing when you're doing your obedience is it's fun and it's exciting, but you also are maintaining your sense of control. That's why I utilize the heel is directly next to me, the sitting is directly in front of me. Again, everything that you're doing is you're making sure that you're in total control of your dog, not to be a control freak, but to protect your dog from acting inappropriately or getting perpetrated on in public, because we know that strangers and strange dogs have a tendency to have no boundaries. So I hope this helps. I hope this is a good explanation. I will go ahead and run one time through it again, and then you guys can feel free to practice, and I'm excited to hear how you do. So again, that's watch me, that's heel, that's sit, stay, come, sit, heel, sit, down, down stay, back to sit. And there it is. There's the whole thing. I hope this helps you guys understand it a little better. Of course, if you have questions, concerns, would like to make comments, you're free to get a hold of me at any point in time. Thanks so much, and I'm glad you're part of our Castle Guard Starter Puppy family.